Alright guys, so in today's video you're going to watch me cut apart a perfectly good smoker trailer for our good buddy Brian. We're actually going to modify this thing. We start here by cutting off the legs that are currently on the trailer, and I don't video what we end up doing with that, but you'll see me drilling some holes here shortly. And we end up making it basically detachable from the trailer, so he can take it on and off the trailer if need be. Stay tuned for this pretty cool project. I think it turns out pretty cool in the end. Again, you'll have to forgive me for the audio on some of this. I had music playing in the background yet again, so I'm going to record over various sections of this video. But about halfway through it, you'll get live audio. One thing I have to add, these trailers, I can't remember what brand it is, but these things are really, really well built. I can see why they charge what they charge for them. So I'm sure someone who's into barbecuing or smoking watching this is probably wondering why the heck I'm tearing apart a perfectly good trailer. But you'll see in the end. I think it turns out pretty cool for what this customer ended up wanting and needing. And we're about to, yep, there it goes, remove it from the trailer. Those were the legs that I ended up drilling new and cutting and welding in, both on the trailer and on the smoker. I didn't film much of that process. I don't remember why, but I did not. And anyway, we got those welded on, test fitted. Everything came on and off the trailer pretty easily. And now I'm cutting the base plates for the legs that I'm also going to put on the smoker, so that when he takes the smoker off, he can roll it around on his food trailer with some, I believe they were about 3 foot long legs. You guys will end up seeing that as well. But I had 1/4 inch plate on hand, so I ended up hand cutting all these. Typically I would do like a 4-inch by 1/4 inch flat bar and just cut it into the lengths that I needed. But these ended up coming out pretty good. The old torch hand was pretty smooth, so I was pretty happy with the end product. Sometimes I think the torch makes things a little quicker when you're cutting multiples. Maybe I'm wrong. Chop saw or whatever, bandsaw is usually a cleaner cut, but this was a pretty quick process. And I don't know, I'm pretty inclined to want to use the torch when I can. I do a lot of field work too, and in a lot of cases, your chop saw isn't going to work for what you need, so you got to be pretty good with the torch. So the more practice, the better. And I really do think this saved a lot of time. Just had to clean that slag off when we were done. And here we are grinding the corners nice and flat, making it pretty. I went to the hardware store and picked up these casters, and man, these things are not cheap. They're all 550-pound capacity casters, and I got two that swivel so that it could turn. You guys will see once I get everything welded up. We'll kind of do a test run with it, and it ends up, I don't know, I was pretty happy with it. But now we're going to drill some holes. Sorry about the camera angle. I think it fixes itself. Yep. End up drilling holes for all 4 plates after we marked everything out. I had to take my little mill off. It won't fit anything 4 inches. I don't know, 4 inches is about the max you can get in there, and you're only going to fit one, so I had to do these one at a time. I would like to get something bigger so that when I have multiple pieces like this, I can just drill them all at once. And they're all symmetrical, they're all the same. I do use a center punch so the bit doesn't walk on me, but you know. Bringing those plates back over to the fab table and marking center on everything and weld them up. One thing I don't show on camera is that I wish I would have kept the caster that I marked the hole for with that plate. I hope that makes sense, because each one was just a hair different, so I had to refigure out which one went to which plate. Just one of those silly mistakes. Could have been avoided, but we got through it. Again, guys, I'm sorry about the audio. I definitely, this is actually an older video. I just got around to uploading. I definitely have quit listening to music while I work, which sucks because I love listening to music while I work. But for the sake of filming, I have since ceased that. So any newer videos I'm going to be posting after I get some of these older ones knocked out. The audio will be, for the most part, be live. So don't give up on me yet. We'll paint it up. Bolted up, painted up, pinned. This was this was Brian's idea. And I'm just making it come to life. Pretty neat. We'll see how she holds up. Over 550-pound casters on each corner. For now, we're going to opt to not brace this. I definitely want to, but he's trying to keep it budget friendly, and we're kind of on a bit of a time schedule here. So, you guys are seeing it live. I just put these on and pulled the jack stands, and now we're getting ready to drop her down and see how she moves around. Making sure I measured my differential right, because this side had to be longer than that side, and it was mitered. Had to make them longer to make room for the pins. I think it turned out pretty good, but anyway, I'm gonna put you guys on the stand and I left it hooked to the hoist just in case it decided to do the tipsy. It's actually pretty good. So we're gonna take the safety net off and really give her a go around. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Dude, not bad. Found that freely without having any bracing going across there. That was Brian's call, actually. So, good call, buddy. I like Brian's ideas. They always kind of push me to do something maybe differently than I would normally do it. So I appreciate you, man. was like, hey, I've never used these before, and I know I'm going to need them coming up. So, I don't know. If there's a better brand out there, holler at your boy. Totally made that. See? Told you. Captain, MiG 200 over there. I'm not sponsored or affiliated. Be cool if I was, but I think they make a pretty cool product. I have welded some serious stuff with this little guy. So it's just as good as the Millimatics and any other MIG welder I've used, the Hobarts, the Lincolns. 16 bolts, and oh my gosh, I rubbed dirt all over my nose. Look at that. That's a rookie move. 16 bolts and 4.5 whatever. I'm sure that's like a metric thing, I don't know. But yeah, 4.5 inches per minute is what it says, but that's no way it's 4.5 inches per minute. It's a lot more than that. Love you. Careful. Flip it over.